A North Carolina native has returned home from a historic spaceflight.
And a tailgate in uptown Charlotte took an unexpected turn.
These stories and more, All Access starts right now. Good evening and welcome to HPU All Access. I'm Thomas Hart.
And I'm Reese Harnett. Homeowners on Skeet Club Road in High Point are trying to stop a Florida-based developer, Halverson Holdings, from bringing in a commercial building to their backyards. If approved, the commercial property will be placed onto a corner lot of Johnson Street, forcing the Mendenhall Blair house to be moved. That historic home was once a safe haven for slaves in the South seeking freedom in the North, and locals claim it is a delicate part of their history, with one neighbor, Rick Moore, stating once you move a historical property, if the least little thing happens, it could be a disaster. The planning and zoning meeting, where community members can voice their concerns, is scheduled for next month.
A mother of four has tragically passed away from COVID just after a week her husband died due to the same complications. Jeff and Amy Hager were diagnosed with COVID on August 23rd, and according to the Huntersville Fire Department, the couple was hospitalized on August 28th. The family post says, quote, "Our hearts are shattered and there are no words to explain the pain and grief we are feeling. I only pray that we can find the right words to tell Amy and Jeff's precious children that now both of their parents are gone." Jeff was a 24-year veteran with the Charlotte Fire Department, and funeral services will be held this week in Huntersville. Now it's time to head over to our forecaster, Blake Woodard, to give a look at what the weather is. Blake?
Thanks, guys. We've got some storms going for the High Point area and the entire East Coast. Take a look at our 3-day forecast. The storm is going to bring a cold front through our area. This is going to make it absolutely beautiful for family weekend here at HPU. Sunny skies and temperatures in the low to mid 70s all weekend long. Back to you guys.
I'll tell you what, I had to bring an umbrella here. I have had to have one all day yesterday and today. Didn't rain while I was here, but I just walked outside and it's pouring. So
Yeah.
this weather kind of sucks.
It is.
But it looks like we might, not need an umbrella tomorrow. So
Which my mom will be very happy about this weekend.
our campus has been pretty busy this past week. Let's check up with our campus update reporter, Will O'Brien. Will?
Thanks, guys. I'm Will O'Brien here with your campus updates. HPU has been renamed the #1 best regional college in the South for the 10th consecutive year and #1 most innovative for the 7th consecutive year by the U.S. News and World Report. These rankings are among a long list of honors HPU has received. The Princeton Review named HPU one of the best 387 colleges, 2022 edition, as well as best Southeast colleges in the 2022 best colleges region by region, great schools for communication majors, great schools for business and finance majors, and great dorms. HPU invites the community on campus to participate in an exciting lineup of cultural events with the announcement of the Fall Community Enrichment Series. The fall schedule includes a variety of exhibits, speakers, art, music, and theater performances, like the Nicole McCormick Santiago art exhibit in the Seacrest Art Gallery, open until October 8th, and the annual Fall Dance Concert, which will be performed from September 30th to October 2nd at 7:30 p.m. in the Haywood Fine Arts Center right on campus. Triad residents can sign up to receive email updates about community events at HPU through the year by visiting www.highpoint.edu or by contacting Campus Concierge. HPU and Coca-Cola Consolidated Incorporated announced this weekend that the establishment of an endowed scholarship to honor Dr. Robert Brown, a local philanthropist, entrepreneur, and the chairman of the Board of Trustees here at HPU. President Nita Cobain and Coca-Cola Consolidated Chairman and CEO Frank Harrison, along with business associates and friends of Dr. Brown, contributed $3 million to the scholarship to honor his legacy. Annually, the fund will provide between 8 to 10 different scholarships to minority students who attend HPU. That's all for this week's campus updates. Over to you guys.
Thanks, Will. Coming back from the break, we'll break down the women's soccer conference debut and see how our volleyball team stacked up at their most recent tournament. Stay tuned. All Access will be right back.
Welcome to High Point University, On this campus, we are focused on preparing students for the world as it is going to be.
Hi, I'm Steve Wozniak, the Woz, and I'm proud to be High Point University's Innovator in Residence.
I'm Cent Marshall, CEO of the Dallas Mavericks, and I am proud to be High Point University's Sports Executive in Residence.
I'm Mark Randolph, and I'm proud to be the Entrepreneur in Residence at the premier life skills university, High Point University.
Sheets run and done.
Welcome to Freddy's. What can we get started for you?
I haven't had a carb in 3 weeks, and if I have one more sip of a kale smoothie, I need a Freddy's Original double with cheese, fries, and a turtle sundae. Please.
Coming right up.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good.
Bring it on.
Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
Welcome back to All Access. Our Panthers have been busy this past week, and sports reporter Wendell Epps is here to fill you in on what's going on in the world of HPU athletics. Wendell?
Thanks, guys, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Wendell Epps. The men's soccer season is heating up, and our men's team had a performance to remember last Wednesday night here at Vert Stadium as they won a 3-2 overtime thriller against their rivals Elon. Sebastian Schalbald and Calco Fernandez scored the first 2 goals of the match, and it was Alex Abril coming up in the clutch and scoring the game-winning goal for the Panthers. The squad then played Monday night at the University of Maryland, where they unfortunately fell short to the Terrapins by a score of 2-0. Meanwhile, our women's soccer team opened up Big South play this past Saturday night in a matchup against Campbell, and what was a rematch of last year's intense Big South Women's Soccer Championship. Unfortunately, the Panthers came out short, losing by a score of 2-1, but Magdalena Shorts did score the lone goal for High Point that helped keep the Panthers in the game until the very end. The team was supposed to play against UNC Asheville tonight, but unfortunately that game has been postponed to next month due to the weather. The Panthers will be back here at Vert Stadium this Saturday as they will take on the Charleston Southern Buccaneers at noon. Lastly, our volleyball team went 2-1 at the Furman tournament over the weekend with wins over Kennesaw State and Furman. The Panthers' lone loss came in their final match of the tournament as they fell short to South Carolina. The Panthers will get set to open up Big South play this weekend with 2 road games at USC Upstate and UNC Asheville. The Panthers' first home game is scheduled on Friday, October 8th, when they will welcome in the Campbell Fighting Camels into the Millis Center. The weather may be getting cooler, but fall sports is certainly heating up, and especially with conference play kicking in these next few weeks, it should be a fun time for HPU athletics. That's all I have for this week's High Point Sports Report. Back to you, Thomas and Reese.
Thanks, Wendell. Now let's head over to Riley Mannion, who is off campus at one of these hot spots right here in High Point. Riley?
The city of High Point has many hidden gems, but this coffee shop has a different history than the rest. 83 Custom Coffee started in 2017 when Justin Stabb purchased an 83 Custom Chevy truck and turned it into a coffee shop on wheels. He then worked out of this truck for 3 years, bringing people from all across the city to try his coffee. In February of 2020, however, Stabb decided that 83 Custom Coffee was more than just a truck, and he was ready to move into something a little more permanent. One of his now employees, Riley Daub, learned a lot about the history from her boss and why he decided to make the jump.
Well, as you can see, this space has multiple retailers. I think that 83 was started on the basis of community and connection, so to have it be connected to other High Point businesses was really special, and this space just worked out perfectly. I think that by the time they were ready to transition out of the truck, they had really outgrown this space.
The 83 Custom Coffee Truck is still a staple in the community and is recognized by so many. Sometimes it gets brought to special events and serves the same delicious coffee.
And of course it's there for events, like it still goes around to do market 2 times a year and it's available for rent, but this really gives more of a permanent location to the shop and really establishes itself within the community.
Be sure to check out 83 Custom Coffee right here in High Point for some of the best coffee in town.
Welcome to this week's All Access Politics. I'm Hannah Hutter. The United States hope to stop the flux of migrants coming in the border at the Mexican border in Texas. Thousands of Haitian refugees set up camps at the border but found other ways to cross nearby. Many of the migrants have been living in Latin America for years, but economic opportunities in Brazil and other neighboring countries are beginning to disappear, causing the seeking of asylum in the United States. The border closure started as officials began flying Haitians back to their homeland. 3 flights were sent on Sunday, but that number is expected to grow to at least 6 per day, according to an anonymous U.S. government official. Many of the migrants were concerned that Haiti is more unstable now than when they left the country due to the recent earthquake and assassination of President Jovenel Moïse. What do you guys think about that? 3 planes?
I mean, you look at those pictures, it's incredible to see. If you've turned on the news anytime in the past few days, you've seen the pictures of the thousands of people under these bridges. And it's almost, it's almost scary for their health, just as human beings, just to have thousands of them packed in such a small area under these. But, to see the flights going out, it will definitely cause some turmoil from here on out.
Definitely. Well, and you have to wonder, how long have they been there? Just waiting to be able to get somewhere where they feel more comfortable. But I guess we'll see after a little bit.
Yep.
Now, in more local news, North Carolina judges blocked the state's voter ID law on Friday, saying it discriminates against black voters. The law requires voters to show a photo ID to cast a ballot, but 2 judges believed the law was, quote, enacted in part for a discriminatory purpose. The split ruling cited a study done by political scientists that showed hundreds of thousands of registered voters in North Carolina could potentially be unable to present an ID, which would disqualify them to cast ballots. The study found 9.6% of black registered voters lacked acceptable ID compared to the 4.5% of registered white voters. How do you think this is going to affect future elections here in the state?
Well, I mean, just honestly looking at this is something that prior to last election, I never thought anything about. You just kind of looked at it as the idea of like, someone should have some reason to identify themselves for an election. But it's these type of studies and these type of conversations that we have now that makes you rethink the way you look at things, especially when it comes to voter ID, voter registration laws that we've seen that was such a pressing topic about this time last year.
Definitely. All right, well, thank you for joining us, Hannah. Coming back from the break, a student government leader shares about his involvement on campus.
And a North Carolinian returned home from an all-civilian space mission. All Access will be right back. Stay with us.
Welcome to High Point University. On this campus, we are focused on preparing students for the world as it is going to be.
Hi, I'm Steve Wozniak, the Woz, and I'm proud to be High Point University's Innovator in Residence.
I'm Cent Marshall, CEO of the Dallas Mavericks, and I am proud to be High Point University's Sports Executive in Residence.
I'm Mark Randolph, and I'm proud to be the Entrepreneur in Residence at the premier life skills university, High Point University.
Sheets run and done.
Welcome to Freddy's. What can we get started for you?
I haven't had a carb in 3 weeks, and if I have one more sip of a kale smoothie, I need a Freddy's Original double with cheese, fries, and a turtle sundae. please.
Coming right up.
If you're gonna be bad, it better be good. Being bad never tasted this good.
Bring it on.
Freddy's, the experience that puts a smile on your face and the taste that brings you back.
Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
Welcome back to All Access. Our student body is filled with incredible people with great stories to tell. Today, we hear from one of them. Reese Harnett is joined at the desk by junior class president Jackson Willis. Reese?
Thank you, Thart. This is Jackson. Jackson is our junior class president, obviously. Jackson, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, Reese?
Doing well. It's a pleasure to have you. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yep, so my name's Jackson Willis. I'm a junior here at High Point. As soon as I toured, I fell in love with this place. And as soon as I got on campus, I really wanted to get involved. And that's why I've ran and been the president of my class for 2 years now.
Wow. So what does that job entail?
Yep, so two of my main responsibilities as president is to represent the class of 2023 to the university, and then also to represent the university to my other classmates.
Very cool. Now, it says here that you have been working on a Magic Meal initiative. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
That's correct, Reese. As of last year, every meal that a student had on campus was a Magic Meal to help spread out students during this COVID-19 pandemic. And this year, that has actually retracted back to only 7 Magic Meals per student. As my job as the class president, I'm supposed to represent the class, and what the classmates have been telling me is that they want all of their Magic Meals back. So me, as well as the senior class president, Dalton Lucas, are working hard to give them their Magic Meals back.
Well, I think they will definitely appreciate that. So what other things are you involved in on campus?
So with that, I'm a sales major. So I'm part of the student advisory board for the Phillips School of Business. And with that, we are trying to create and get students involved and help them out with all of their career endeavors.
Very cool. All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Jackson.
Thanks, Reese.
Now it's time to hear all about the inside scoop in Hollywood with entertainment reporter Shreya Rana. Shreya?
Hi, I'm Shreya Rana, and this is your entertainment report. The Met Gala was on Monday, September 13th, and it was definitely one for the books. The event is usually held on the first Monday of May, but due to COVID, it was delayed. The theme was In America, a Lexicon of Fashion. Every celebrity took their own interpretation of American fashion and wore some memorable looks. The most controversial looks of the night include AOC's ivory wool dress with the message of tax the rich on her back. Her look sparked a heated debate on the irony of her wearing a dress saying tax the rich while attending a party that celebrates the richest people in America. Another look of the night that caused a lot of people to talk was Kim Kardashian. She wore a black Balenciaga ensemble from head to toe. The star hasn't confirmed exactly why she did this, but she has reshared several theories. One of the most popular theories is that the star wanted to show that even when she is covered, people still know who she is. The 73rd Annual Emmy Awards were on Sunday, September 19th. Cedric the Entertainer, who stars on CBS's The Neighborhood, hosted them. The Crown, Josh O'Connor and Olivia Colman won Outstanding Lead Actor and Actress in a Drama Series. The Crown also took home the Emmy for Outstanding Drama Series. Jason Sudeikis won Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series. Ted Lasso took home the Emmy for Outstanding Comedy Series. It was an awards night to remember. That's all I have for this week. Be sure to tune in next week for more entertainment updates.
A North Carolina native became the 10th Tar Heel in space. Christopher Sombroski was aboard the SpaceX mission named Inspiration 4. This was the first all-civilian mission in spaceflight history. Sombroski represented the generosity pillar. He was chosen for the 3-day mission because of his donations to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. The Dragon spacecraft flew higher in orbit than the International Space Station and the Hubble telescope. SpaceX hasn't announced its next mission, but many say this could be the start of routine commercial spaceflight. St. Jude's also announced that the flight raised over $200 million towards helping out children with cancer.
And this past Sunday was a big day for Carolina Panther football, with thousands of fans flocking to the stadium in Charlotte for the game against the New Orleans saints. But something else caught the attention of the tailgaters. Get this, a truck with the slogan, "Don't get vaccinated," was written on the sides of it, circled the Queen City. At first glance, viewers may think that the truck is part of an anti-vaccination campaign until you read what is beneath it, the name of a funeral home. Now, the funeral home is not real, but it does have its own website, and on there is a link that is to the Stormed healthcare system that holds daily vaccination clinics. The chief medical officer of Stormed, Dr. Aaron Piramzidium, claims that they have nothing to do with it, but that he backs the message completely.
That's hilarious. That's not where I thought that was going.
Of course not. You wouldn't think so.
Not at all where I thought it was going. That does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. Join us next week, same time, same place. For HPU All Access, I'm Thomas Hart.
And I'm Reese Harnett. Have a great week, High Point.